My name's Wayne Watson and I'm 54. I'll be 55 in September.
And what do you do?
Excuse me, Dan. I teach skiing and I'm an off-piste ski guide.
Okay, and how many days skiing? Because that's quite physical, isn't it? How many days do you do a year?
Well, pretty much 150 plus usually. Depends on, some seasons start a bit earlier, end a bit later, but around 150.
And how are the energy levels by the end of the season?
Physically okay. Mentally you get pretty tired because you're out there day in, day out dealing with keeping it safe and trying to find the best snow and that sort of thing. So you've got people counting on you and expecting great skiing. So the mental side of it's more tiring than the physical, really.
Yeah, and the last few years, of course, you've had your family out here the whole season as well.
Well, 6 years now.
6 years.
7 years, really.
And they're the girls are, the daughter's quite young, so they're quite demanding physically and
absolutely, yeah, they're more tiring than the skiing, really. They're 6.5 and 4.5, and they're a handful, that's for sure.
So, Wayne, skiing from a very early age in Canada, is that how it started?
It certainly did. I started at 8, which isn't that young, but I'm not complaining. And, growing up in Calgary, which is a real privilege, you have the Rocky Mountains right on your doorstep. My mum and dad took me skiing every weekend. And it was, from the age of 8 right through, at 18 I started to work professionally in the ski business, and I've skied every winter professionally since, which is quite a few years now. Quite a few years indeed.
Yeah, 36. And when did you first come to Europe and Val d'Isère?
I think I came 28 years ago. I'd have to check my passport, but I think this is my 28th season now here. And I came once and never went back, really. I've never skied a day in North America since.
You like this, so obviously you think the skiing here is good?
I think this is the best resort in the world, by a long shot.
Now, I know we've talked in the past that you played a bit of baseball.
I did, yeah. Love my baseball.
Go on, so tell us about that.
All I wanted to do when I was a kid really was be a professional baseball player, but there's only 750 of them in the world, so you got to be a bit good to make that. Can you imagine how good the football would be if there's 750 footballers in the world, as compared to 750,000 of them? I don't know how many there are out there. There's quite a few, but anyways, and as a kid I just wanted to play sports. I played sports from the age of 3 and in, day out, whatever sport was in season, and I always wanted to be a professional athlete of some sort, and eventually, fell into the skiing and skied every year professionally since I was 18, as I said.
Fitness. Obviously, we're all sort of involved in carrying on, doing quite demanding sport as a reasonably strenuous level to an age much beyond most people think is normal. So, do you do a lot to keep fit? Do you do much in the summer?
Not as much as I used to since we've had kids. I had my second child at 50, so I'm a bit of an old dad, really. But before the kids came along, I used to go to the gym and lift weights, and I've always taken my fitness quite seriously. One, because I've always wanted to ski up to my potential, and two, I've always, you want to protect yourself from injury, so I used to take my training quite seriously. Now with the girls, I don't have the time. I play a lot of golf now. I had a hip operation. I've got a young man's hip replacement. I had that, 11 years ago now, so that kind of put an end to jogging and tennis and that sort of thing. So I've got to be a little bit careful that I don't jar my spare bits. So a lot of walking with my wife, cycling, golf. I've just rejoined the gym now that the girls are old enough to, they're going to school, so I've got a bit more spare time. So for the first time in 6 years, I'm going to start, lifting weights and doing some cardio machines and that sort of thing. But fitness is ultra important, You stay fit, you stay young, don't you?
So do you think that the whole notion of people sort of achieving something in the sport and their conditioning can help them in the rest of their life?
Absolutely, Dan. I think, the better you do something, when you do something well in life, it doesn't matter what it is, it breeds confidence, and when people are confident, they can achieve things. Whether it's playing tennis or skiing or at school or whatever, I mean, confidence is important, and achieving in a sport breeds confidence.